My name's Jacqueline Afula, a counseling psychologist by profession. So yeah, let's roll with it. So in our society, we tend to see a few of the issues that men go through, and we label it. We label this man. We say he's an alcoholic, amekuwa wazimu, amechizi. No, why not sit down and just think? When we talk about men's mental health, what comes in mind? Most of us think all men ought to be strong outside there and not even show their emotions. We are very wrong. For our men, let's give them a space to speak. Let's allow them the field and the environment for them to feel comfortable to open up. That is the one thing that will help us handle the mental state of most of the men. When it comes also to mental health, the biggest gender that is affected is the men around our society. What are the kind of symptoms or the type of issues that we see men go through? We see most of them go through depression. We see a lot of them having suicidal thoughts. We even see most of the capacity of the highest number of people that drink outside there is men. We tend to think they're drinking because it's a social kind of a drinking. But when you sit down with most of them and ask them what is really driving them to take the bottle, it's their mental state. We don't allow them a field to express themselves and be themselves. Let's embrace men also being weak. When I talk of weakness, I don't mean like the strength, the physical strength. When I talk of weakness and breaking down, it's allow them to mentally just offload, because most of the men in our society carry the bigger part of lives, even in families. We tend to see that most of the men are the ones who are providers. They're expected also to be fathers. They're expected to be leaders somewhere. And we apply so much pressure on them and not giving them the chance to just, have an offload of something. That is part of what exactly we are talking about this month. Let's create an awareness where our men are also allowed to be loved. Men outside there, love yourself. Allow yourself to be loved. It is okay to feel the way you feel. It is perfect to express your feelings also. So the other thing that I would love to emphasize on is to give our men the encouragement that they need. Let's not spread the wrong type of masculinity outside there. We have this thing of men should not cry. Men should never ever express themselves in a certain type of way. We even I've witnessed a few of the influencers outside there speaking about it. And no, it's not okay. You're allowed to be you. You're allowed to cry, feel your emotions. Find that one person that you can speak to and who's ready to listen to you. Let's, as men, what I'll advise or what I'll say is, don't have this tendency of having a crowd of men that don't listen. But what they do is they make you feel less for expressing yourself. Surround yourself with people that are loving, caring. So one of the few of mental conditions that we see our men go through are depression. We see our men go through depression, PTSD, trauma. So what is depression? You'll tend to think it's a state of just I don't there's something about depression that people think it's all about, but it's a state of feeling unwanted and feeling you are at the lowest of your capacity. And it comes in many ways. For men, you'll tend to see a man who's very unkept, very they don't care about what happens to them or what they eat. You'll find them outside there just, but still, let me just say unkept. That's the one thing that you'll find someone who's very depressive. They keep to themselves. They're very enclosed. Even their dressing is very dark. You'll find them in, yeah. So with the PTSD, PTSD is basically a trauma response to what you went through previously in life. We see combats, our guys, KDF, the guys who go outside there to fight, they come back, they don't have strategies, or they haven't been told of strategies to, to use to come back to the society. We also see trauma. Men also go through trauma, even in campuses. Let's say, for example, in campus, in a campus setting, unachiki chali ako tu ana exist, hajui mbona ana behaving the ana behave. One, mbona anakunywa, why are they using drugs? They don't understand whatever happened in their past life is an influence to the reality that they're going through right now. Many of us think drinking is the norm of the society. Men drinking outside is a casual thing. But have you ever sat down and asked yourself, could it be that the drinking you're experiencing, or you're going through, or you're partaking in, is what you saw happening in your homes, is what you grew up seeing? So that's part of trauma. Depressive states in universities. We see our young men outside here. Ladies, that is the other part. Ladies, let's give our young people, a good ambience to even study too. They're also students like you. And also to the society. Let's have a society that embraces our young men. Let's have a society that encourages our young men. These are the same men who are going to be fathers in the next generation. Even a few years later, let's grow a society of men that are so enabled to understand themselves, so enabled to know their self, to have a very good self-awareness and even their self-esteem. Let's grow a society that embraces men. Let's grow a society that loves on them, that maintains their mental health. Let's have awarenesses that go around, speaking about the mental state of men. Let's have a condition or a place where men feel safe to speak. Conclude. I'd love to say that men, it is okay not to be okay. It is very perfect to express the way you feel. You're allowed to feel it. And some of us are here ready to listen to you, ready to be a shoulder to lean on.